Alright, so here's the problem. Right there. Nail hole of some kind. Nail or a screw or something. Anyway, I picked up this pocket tire plugger. I saw it on J&P Cycles, so I figured it was pretty reputable, but I didn't want the inflator that came with it because I've got one, and decided just to get this off of Amazon for 35 bucks. Inside the kit we have the following: probe tool with a pokey end on it, a file/reamer, bunch of the tire plugs, and that right there is like a utility knife or a knife blade to cut it off flush when we're done. So I'm going to do this slightly differently. They say to use this thing here in the hole, which I already started so I can see it, but I'm going to cheat and I'm going to drill a 1/8 hole to make sure I get right through the tire. Now that's up to you if you do it or not. That's just the way I'm going to do it, just because I don't want to mess around with this, because even pushing on this, I don't know if you can see, but the bite was actually moving forward, so I want to save some time and I'm going to go ahead and drill that out. I have let some of the air out of the tire, by the way, so it shouldn't be too bad. So there's quite a few videos out there on this tire repair. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the plug patch for now, temporary, and just get through the season and then get a new tire in the spring. However, I will be checking my pressures daily and making sure that that plug is seated correctly. This is the reaming tool. This is what gets that hole cleared out enough to get this plug in. It says ream out extra good. Their language, not mine. So I'll give it extra good. As I said before, I used a 1/8 drill just to start this. Again, just my choice. I don't recommend you do it unless you're comfortable doing it that way. Here we go. All right. So load the plugger into the plug tool. No idea what you can see here. Okay, so this is pushed down just below the threads. It's a bit of a weird setup, quite honestly, but here we go. We'll see what will happen, which is just below the threads, right in there. Again, I apologize if you can't see this, but doing my best. Now you screw the nozzle onto the probe, which is that. So you've got that tool. I'm going to put it into the tire. And screw it. Just going to hold that and screw it. So that is now set into the tire, as you can see. Screw this into this all the way. This is too easy. I've got a feeling it's not going to work. Set in there. Looks a bit like a medical procedure, actually, doesn't it? Say no more. Insert the hex wrench into the end, or Allen key, as I'm used to calling it, and turn away. When the wrench stopped turning, the plug is all the way into the tyre. Now unscrew the wrench until the inner rod is at the bottom of the plunger. It can't be this easy. I'm sure this is going to go wrong. Okay, so here we are. Pull the whole thing out. Look at that, it's in. There. That was super easy. People on Amazon were saying they were having a hard time. Curious. I bought this from Amazon because I could get it shipped to me quicker. That was the only reason. Otherwise I would have patronized J&P Cycles because I like those guys. Sorry guys, I owe you one. But yeah, that's in place right now. And the next part is yet to come. Go and get a set of pliers. So we grip this with the pliers, pull back. It comes back a long way actually, I'm surprised. But pull it back all the way, just like that. And then let it go. And that is as far as it will go. I mean, it does stretch out obviously. But when you let that go, you know, I don't know if you can pull that out. I don't want to find out. And they're banking on the air, making the seal. This is just following the instructions. Again, I've been trying to do this on my install videos, going by the instructions. If you follow them and this works, then anybody can do it, literally. So that's done. What we're going to do now is inflate the tire to the correct pressure, and then we're going to cut this with the blade, and we're going to cut it flush. We're not going to pull on this while we're cutting, just leave it as it is. We're going to cut it off. So I'll be back once the tire's at its correct pressure, which will be 36 psi. All right guys, so we're at 36.5 psi, a little over. I'm going to let some of that out. Some will probably leak out when I bring the valve off anyway. And first of all, I'm going to cut this flush, just as they say. So there's the plug, and yes, GoPros are waterproof. I'm not seeing any bubbles whatsoever. Nope. No bubbles. So I'm going to call this a successful install. This is the stop and go pocket plugger, tubeless tire repair kit. Now, just again to recap, I did drill a 1/8 hole first, and maybe that helped, because from the reviews I've seen, they're mixed. Some guys, no problems. Other guys, I hate this thing, wish I could return it, etc. So your mileage may vary, as they say, but it worked very well for me. Of course, riding is the real test, so I'm going to do that. I'll report back if there are any issues, but other than that, I'll see you on the next video. Cheers and take care.